that means that we can build up here.
Yes, and I think he also mentioned that there is a lot of opportunities, and it takes people. You can go somewhere, and you can have all the great experiences, but your heart will always call you back home, no matter what. It's like our internal compass, so it always has a way to correct things. We've gone through what we've gone through. We're still going through major challenges. But I don't think there's a lack of opportunities. We need help. That same article I cited earlier also mentioned that in Ghana, 56 billion is controlled by about 110 invest in ourselves. If we have this, we need to get out of that notion that our problems needs to be solved by others. Until we get in the habit of trying to address our own issues, the West have their own problems, and they are trying to solve their own issues, as they should. That should be their priority. No one is going to help you if it doesn't benefit them. If we once we do that, you can. There was this. I don't know what clip. I think it was these leaders. And it might have been the president of South Africa basically indicating that coming from China, is coming from the US, is coming from anywhere else, there has to be something in it for them. It is not going to be for free. And whatever is in it for them, is it going to be to our benefit or to our detriment? So that's the trade-off.
If you want to go into the energy space, you read the sciences. I was recently watching National the Science and Maths quiz. Yeah, you see it as abstract, but as the basics upon which all the innovations that are coming up are built upon. So if you have the basics right, with the right mindset, narrowing down to the particular area, you will be able to put yourself in the position where you will be built upon. What do I mean by that? So first, I need a qualification to get into a space. I get it from KNUST, or you can get it from Legon. Right now we have a lot of universities. So first, try as much as possible as a student to finish school or whatever you want to study. Get the certification because it's the first foot in the door. Now, the industry where you find yourself or the entity where you find yourself will invest in you. What I work with now, I didn't get it from the classroom. The classroom gave me the basics, the experience, the on-the-job training, the exposure to the technologies. Now, most of these technologies, we don't own them. They are developed there. So you need to get in there to be exposed to it. Now, if you are exposed to it, now you can make it your own and make it work for you and bring it home and develop something with it, like most of them are saying. There's nothing new under the sun. But you have to break it into the first principle. If you're here and you read science, you understand. Break it down to the first principle and start moving from there. Sometimes we see these innovations and they are frightening, but they are not. There are ways you have to go about. First, play your role as a student. Study what you are told to be. You have to study. Open yourself up. The internet gives you a whole variety of knowledge that you can assimilate. And then find yourself where you get the exposure. All right? And the exposure, you can even get it locally here. I don't know how many of us here have heard of a company called Barika Lebo. It's been in Ghana for years into cocoa processing, right? And the free zones of Ghana, it's one of the biggest exporters of semi-finished cocoa products out of Ghana. They have technology here. So when you get in there, let's say you studied food science or you want to go into cocoa processing, when you get there and you see the technology, you'll be exposed to it. Then you will be given the wherewithal or the means to have access to that technology. When you have access to that technology, you can further on know where to go and get stuffed, or let's say imbibed more, right? So that's the process. I never traveled out for education. Most of the education or the trainings that I had was on the job training because I positioned myself and identified what I need to be successful in my area. So most of the job is you, the individual, right? As he said, identifying a mentor. Mentor will not come for you. Maybe in rare cases, somebody will say, okay, I like to mentor you. But you have to identify who your mentor is and then approach him or pick him, and then he will guide you, right? So 90% of the work is on us as students or as employees on what we want to make our lives show to the world what we can do, right? So deep down, dig in, find a space, and go after the resources that will help develop you.